Welcome to Women Leading AI. This is a space where women are not just using AI, they're shaping it, they're leading it, and building it through purpose. Today's conversation is for builders, the creators, and those women who are called to do more, but may be wondering, how can I bring it all together? We're sitting down with Angela DeYoung, the visionary behind Intelligent Estate Builder, a brand boldly positioned at the intersection of interior design, real estate, and AI. This episode is all about moving from idea to implementation. If you've ever thought, where do I even start? This conversation is going to shift something for you. Let's get into it. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you for having me, Lisa and Taffany, so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Angela, please share just a little about yourself.
Sure. Well, professionally, I come with a 30-year background in interior design. I graduated from Madison College, which was actually known as Madison Technical College back in 1998. And it's kind of ironic when I really start to talk about my AI journey, because one of my graduation projects at the time was we could come up with anything we wanted to design in the world, like anything we could ever imagine. And back in 1998, I was already envisioning something that I didn't even know how to name, which were Oculus glasses. And that was part of my graduation project, for real. So this whole thing is just to me, it's like goosebumps. The whole thing is awesome. And back then, I presented to my class, would be really cool. It's going to get to a point where we're going to wear these glasses, these goggle type things, and we're going to be transported to go on any vacation anywhere in the world. The only thing that's going to be missing is going to be the fragrances and the sounds, but then I'm sure there's probably ways around that have some type of audio. So I already had this idea of this imagination space that we could see without going anywhere. And here we are now, this many years later, in augmented reality, and actually walking through spaces is a very real thing. So, yeah, this is kind of thank you for having me and being part of this conversation, because in that whole other time, I ended up getting married. I became a mother. I raised 2 kids. They're off to college now. And I'm in this season of my life where it's time to really go back into my career at a deeper level where I can start to serve people. And then knowing the vision I had then to what I know is possible today is awesome. Yeah.
That is so good. With that many years of experience with interior design, it's not surprising that you decided to make an app that had to do with just that. So, as far as what that is, what inspired you other than the fact that it was something that was just kind of second nature to you? But what inspired you to go as far as making it into an app?
Okay, so the app ultimately became a solution to a problem. See, so as I'm navigating in the world, it's like, well, what would I want? If I needed to come up with something quickly that I wanted, the biggest problem interior designers have, and I would think most fields have, is not everybody can have spatial intelligence. And what I mean by spatial intelligence is that knowing the size, shape, and scale of something and fitting it proportionately in a room without knowing how it all relatively goes. Like, some people do not understand what 3 feet by 3 feet looks like and how you operate the spacing beyond that and build out. So this created a solution for people to upload an image of a room, know exactly what their style was, know exactly what they wanted to spend, and then be able to generate an allocated budget based off of the actual hard furniture, art, area rugs, and decor. It's all broken down in allocations based on nominal amounts of what you would normally put into budgeting a room anyway. And then you can shop based off of these websites that I have programmed in, from antiques to real things. And then once it's done, once it's done, then even paint colors, I got everything linked in there. So then once it's done, then you already have it to the price that you want. and then it's going to render an image. But the rendering part, unfortunately, does come with a cost because we are in the land of rendering credits at this moment. And so that's really where the cost is going to come into the app. But you will be able to go from concept to completion, and it's like a speed to close type thing for other interior designers or even real estate agents, or even like now, if you knew that you were paying $40 to $100 in renders and you're able to get your complete concept. I'm not trying to talk other people out of my career, but other people who are looking to come up with room ideas on their own or have an idea of where they can source things or know how to shop. This is a solution even for them. And so that particular app, I do have a name for it. It is a blend of two names. It's Vision and Aura, because I'm kind of like a little bit of a woo spirit girl. So it's Visiaura is the name of it. And so that's my app. And that's the solution that I'm providing to people, is being able to give shopping options based off those proportional budget allocations, and it'll dump them into certain shops to buy things from. And then they can pick it. They'll have a shopping list. Boom, they're on their way.
This is so creative.
Yeah.
And it's a solution. It's a solution for designers. That is fabulous.
It is. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, one of the first times that I actually really went and tested AI, because there's so right now, like for people, like some new people into the conversation that are not familiar with AI, we have like programs or platforms called LLMs. And so once you establish which LLM is going to be your mode of choice, and so what I mean by that is like a ChatGPT or a Claude, like just those are very popular, Perplexity. These are LLM. So for those who are new to the AI conversation, I just want to bring you up to speed with that. And I personally like ChatGPT. I was able to go antiquing, and I was able to take all of the photographs from my antiques, and I knew that what I wanted to be able to possibly pitch this as an idea. So I took I created a room that I didn't even know existed. I just knew the architecture I wanted. And ChatGPT gave me what I was looking for. I did compare it to another LLM. I did not like the rendering. I used the exact same wording in each one, enjoyed the room better. Then I started to slowly add one piece of antique furniture in the room at a time, and I was able to now be able to do a presentation all from one inspirational shopping trip to Atlanta. So it was pretty amazing.
Awesome.
That is. You're helping designers find products,
Yes.
find furniture, and that is.
Isn't it amazing?
That is amazing. I love, I love the tools that AI gives us because, again, it helps us whatever we've been thinking about.
Correct.
Whatever we've been thinking about and had not seen or had not considered, you can go into AI with a prompt and see it, or even just get information on it.
Information, direct it, tell it what to do, ask it, have it question you if you're even still answering all the questions.
Yes.
I mean, really make it work for you and enhance what you're doing.
I want to ask you, I know that part of it was interior design.
Correct.
The other part is real estate. Can you give me
Yes.
more information on how it is that you're utilizing it in that space?
Well, Daphne, when I approach interior design, my website and what I'm working off of and building my new life is Inspira AI. With that, my branding is being an intelligent estate builder.
Correct.
So being able to do that basically means I am looking at everything from an asset view, an asset lens. I am a big proponent in quality over quantity, and I am okay with the slow build. I'm okay with basically telling someone's life story. My very first book is called The Third House, and it is basically how your first house is your soul, the second house is your physical body, and the third house is how it manifests into the physical form out into the world. So if you're really genuinely being true to yourself, this is just one continuation of an asset build. See? So if you know that the property that you're going to have and the possessions you're going to have in it, it only makes sense then to have the right real estate and the property to build around it.
Correct.
So in allocating land, and as people continue to, like, because I am exposed to the home industry, real estate is just kind of like, it's a natural pairing. Now, how I've used artificial intelligence with that is I've been able to find very specific pieces of land that I wanted to buy and very specific zip codes that I was wanting to use it in.
Wow.
I was able to then decide based on that if I was willing to participate or if I wanted to get investors to participate in potentially either like starting a building group or something of that nature where we could actually start to build homes together. You can use ChatGPT to design a house, cost out a house, make sure the house is in the correct variances and setbacks off the street, and give you the entire breakdown of everything you need to build a house if you're going to put that on that property. So that's just the cost element of it. This is, and the vision of it. So now let's go back to how we started this conversation, if you don't mind. Those Oculus glasses. Right? So there's this movie that was by Steven Spielberg, and he did this movie called Ready Player One. And at the very beginning of that movie, this movie came out like maybe about 3-4 years ago. And there is this guy, he's in this like really ratty kind of like these cargo box houses. And it's in like a slumland. But he's got the Oculus glasses on and he's transported into some other alter universe. He's having conversations with people, he's doing all these things. Now, why couldn't we do that exact same thing but on a piece of land where we have now built this land? We've built this home. You've been able to walk through it. You've been able to walk all the way around the yard. I mean, hello. That is where we're going.
You're so right, though.
Women, are you hearing this? If you are in real estate, have you considered using AI?
That's right.
Just for the same thing that Angela is speaking about. Angela, speak on, give me 2 other areas that AI can help as a real estate agent.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Like, okay, so let's just have a small conversation about Starlink.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Starlink is the next thing that's about to pop off.
Yes.
Okay.
So with something like Starlink available to all of us, we could live anywhere on the globe. So now having Starlink also creates logistic solutions.
Yes.
So you could live in the mountains, you could create a community because you've got internet. So then it's just a matter of, are you willing to pay to have the stuff shipped to your house?
Yes.
That's it.
So
that is what I'm talking about. Real estate, okay, do you want to be on top of Mount Everest? Do you want to be in the Sahara Desert? Do you want to be in some jungle? Do you want to be out in the middle of Arizona someplace so you can see the darkest sky and the brightest stars? Like, what do you want to do? Now, can I tell you what I think the future of our living is going to be?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, I should get excited, but like, you want to hear what that's going to be? Yeah, exactly. So, really, this is what is going to happen with the use of AI. Like, we haven't quite gotten there yet, but it is so close. Yes, we are going to have robots. Yes, we're going to have robots. Those robots are going to be folding our laundry. They're going to be like going and doing little errands and chores and things like that. That is going to be a reality. They're going to be affordable, and it's basically like having a nanny that may talk to you. And I'll tell you, these robots look so real these days. You can't even tell. Like, they even like move their cheeks and stuff just like human people. So we are going to have robots. The other thing that's going to happen is our homes are going to be so intelligent that they're going to be to our circadian rhythm of our own biologies is how we're going to be able to set them. So we're going to have fragrances piped in. We're going to have noises brought in. We're going to have lighting solutions tailored to us, color solutions. Like, we're going to have like auras that's going to be happening just in these environments. I really still think that the art and antique market is going to still be very valuable. I think they're going to hold their own in their assets because that's our history.
Yeah.
And I definitely see room for all artists.
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be room for artists moving forward.
And I think that that's one of the biggest fears, especially with women when it comes to creativity. You know, are we losing our voices? Are we losing our creativity? Is it going to be taken away by the amount of AI that is used for images and things of this sort? Like, can you tell if a picture is actually you or if it's something that you've created? Like, there are literally some pictures in my phone. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's AI. So as that continues to happen, do you see there being maybe a chance that we start to lose our ability to be as creative as we have been at some point?
Oh, my gosh. That's Daphne, since I've been dabbling in AI, my creativity level is like through the roof now. It is so like I am just like, what can I do now? And then I do it, and I'm like, oh my God, I just did that. Like I did that. Like I actually am celebrating. I can't believe I did that. But
AI will continue to grow. But ladies, please don't get overwhelmed by our conversation. AI, you still have choices, and you will have choices as AI grows into, again, your lifestyle, your work area. You'll still have choices. However, these are some great ideas that we're talking about. These are some great inspirations that if you aren't interested in it, maybe someone else is. So please share this video with others, because there are some great things that are happening even now. Angela has just spoken to some amazing things that I had not even considered.
Right.
And Angela, so in talking again about innovation and about leadership, when you began to use AI, how did you feel about it?
okay. Well, I was scared.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think I am right there in that fear category with many people. I was worried it was going to take my job away, take my identity, take my career, and I was going to be broke and homeless and just kind of like grasping at straws. I would like to piggyback a little bit, Lisa, on what you're saying about like this intimidation thing. I can so relate to that. I'm in a vanity business.
Okay.
At the end of it, there is some value that comes with interior design. You don't really realize what value you're bringing to people's lives until you actually do the actual transformation. You walk them through the process.
Yeah.
So when I had to be very mindful to not be. I needed to be very mindful, so I was always approachable. And I got to a point in my life where I was just like, okay, I can't keep up with the 1%. So how am I going to fit in? So that's where the authenticity piece comes in. And I had to find my voice. I had to be okay with what my lane. I had to be okay. So that's where the third house, my book, The Third House, came into play. And I've just basically been living to be my authentic self the entire time. Now, when we start to integrate AI, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to have a computer basically take my job away from me. So I'm either going to have to get on this or I'm going to get left behind. Now, going back to the authenticity piece, I kind of was Martha Stewart for a hot minute in my lifetime when I was raising my children.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to do all the gardening and the cooking and the house maintenance. And I think at one point we talked about like how Alexa and all these other things help organize us in the home. And that was the earliest touches of AI that I had, my banking, all these things. And it literally was my 50th birthday, which was not that long ago. And I was at lunch with a girlfriend, and she says, you know, the hottest careers going into 2026? She's like, engineering #1, AI consultant #2. She goes, I really think you'd be good at these. And I said, oh, really? I says, let me look into it. Literally 2 or 3 days later, thank you, phone, for listening to my conversation. And I got an ad, and I said, this is God's calling for me. And I moved forward. So I have this interior design background. I'm mindful of what made me and what I'm leading with. And I also have those Martha Stewart qualities. So it's like I am that homebody. I am that epitome of a mom shaping what it is. It's just ironic that I've been able to dabble in my career a little bit here and there as my husband had to progress, now ex-husband progressing in his life, children progressing in their lives, and now I'm at the point where I can progress in mine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where do you see yourself and this app going?
Wow. So I am hoping to speak with the Nashville Chamber of Commerce in the next couple months. I'm going to attend one event, and then we'll see if they'd be willing to have me come back and talk to them about some of the things I've done. And also, I see myself going to different trade shows and talking to people in my industry. And I'm also going to use AI in order to promote and market it. One thing going back to if we are really helping other women who, depending upon where you are in your life, I feel like there are more educated women, multiculturally, highly educated women that had children and are at home. This is still a great opportunity for you to have a side hustle.
Yes.
Because what
Yes.
it did for me is while I was doing my life and there were times I was like, I always had great friends who were career women. And unfortunately, I wished I had more friends that were like the moms and things like that, but it just wasn't my lane. And so I kind of stayed in touch with my career. If you're one of those women, there's no good or bad, it's just where you're at. I would encourage those women who are still career focused and career minded, don't give up on yourself. Your career's not stopping. AI can bring you right up to where you left off in college. Because to bring this whole thing full circle, I was talking about something that I pitched in 1998.
Yeah.
And now I am in 2026, and I want to see this thing forward with augmented reality.
That is so
awesome.
fantastic. Angela, for women over 50,
Yeah.
speak to that. Speak to how they can use AI in their daily lives.
Well, ladies over 50, all I'm going to say is that wisdom that we have accumulated is where the real power lies. It's your critical thinking skills. It's the ability to have the circle and approach it from all different angles. It is those type of things that is going to help enhance your life in whatever direction. If you decide that you want to have a side gig, do a party better, or cook a better meal, or heck, I've even said, act like you are my therapist, and this is the name of the therapist, and this is the name of the board. And I've had help with even just overcoming family problems. So, it's just all the way you prompt and strategize. When you put good stuff in, you ask for expert level advice in, you get expert level advice out. So it really comes down to you. You need to also challenge what you're seeing, because the first thing that comes out is not the answer.
Right.
You need to, just like with any good, reasonable thinker, you need to I'm somebody who likes to get more than one opinion before I make my decision.
Good, good.
So,
Yeah.
So that's,
Good.
ladies over 50, you are prime for this stuff.
Oh,
we are like, you've lived enough life. You know what you want at this point, and you just step into it.
Yeah.
There are conversations about AI and about how AI will affect your thinking process.
Okay.
In that, we know that if we allow AI to do everything for us, we can become lazy in our thinking. We can become passive in our thinking. What is your opinion about that?
To a certain extent, I agree with that, because a perfect example is if I went to my phone right now and said, I'm going to call you because I've got your phone number.
Right.
I would know how to call you because I put your name in there, not because I remembered your phone number.
Right.
So that in itself is a perfect example of how I'm already getting lazy. But I'm taking it for granted that information is always going to be there. Now, when it comes to using other tools, how I mentioned using it to build a home and things like that, I still have to fact check, even though that I'm getting my numbers. I have to now say, go to the lumber yard and still get my supplying and then figure out like where this is in the stock market, because that also affects your lumber package when you buy. So there are still critical skills that goes back to experience, life experience, that you'll never be able to get in a computer. I mean, it's still a computer at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's what I think, that we have to be intentional about, not just making it sound AI, because it is AI, but sometimes using the words artificial intelligence.
Correct.
No soul, no judgment, no compassion, none of that stuff. It is artificial intelligence.
It is a thought calculator.
It
Yes,
is. That's
yes,
exactly
yes,
what
it
it
is.
is.
That's
Yes.
It is, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a big calculator. And I love that large learning model. Like, it literally is learning from a lot of information and seeing what the repeatable patterns are.
It goes back to, like, you asked about women over 50. At some point, we have to take responsibility and accountability. And if we're just going to just put something in and just take it as, whatever it is, then we're going to learn one way or another, because we learned we did something right, or we learned that we did something wrong. We learned what we could trust, and we learned what we couldn't.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
A lot of people believe that AI is a tool for visionaries. I believe that AI can encourage you to become a visionary. Ladies, if this episode has sparked something in you, please share it. Please subscribe to Women Leading AI and stay connected with us. Angela, what would you say, as we're wrapping up, what would you say to the women who are just a little bit nervous about AI? Speak to them.
Okay. Well, ladies, artificial intelligence is not coming to, like, take your soul away from you. Let's just start there. They're not. Artificial intelligence is coming to rob you of your mind or your intelligence, your own personal intelligence. If anything, how I've used it is to actually test and stretch my intelligence, my own actual intelligence, see what was possible for me, use it as another form of creativity and expression, and build out something that I knew I had it within me, but then just like when Taffany and I were talking about the agreements about the gender thing, it's like I have no fear. Like, my confidence level has gone through the roof. I can go in there and just have the information in what I want. I didn't have to like get it approved by somebody. It's just that I know the only approval I have is one other form of artificial intelligence that fact checks it. You have all the confidence after that. Just move forward in life. Just do what you want now. There's nothing holding anybody back other than themselves at this point when it comes to this particular topic.
Thank you so much, Angela, for sharing. And thank you for joining us. We will see you on the next episode of Women Leading AI. God bless.